has hurt.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't mean this. Wait, what? Hello? What is this? I didn't want this. I want to go see the new bro. Standing before you... Those standing before you look utterly spent. Dark circles ring in their eyes, and their movements are jittery and frantic. Every sign speaks of people pushed to the very brink. What is there to celebrate? Batowski speaks the truth. They'll take us all and toss us into the grinder as cannon fodder. And what is there for us here? To chew on vine leaves and shake with fear? I'd rather die for the glory of the God Emperor among the stars. A soundless shriek glances through everything around you, setting your very eyes vibrating when in their sockets. Fury, terror, revulsion surging up into a boiling tide from the depths of your consciousness. But the feelings break against the unyielding rock of your will. The woman with a bone plate over one eye draws a knife and moves to plunge it into the man standing opposite her. Cease this madness! Stand down, both of you. Get a hold of yourselves. You are guardsmen for throne's sake. Words strike like a slap. The woman stares at her hands in horror and then casts the knife aside. Forgive me, your ladyship, the drover, that vile creature. Thank you for bringing me to my senses. The standard punishment for brawling is no less than 20 lashes for each participant. The seneschal wipes away the blood trickling from his nose and continues more quietly, but under the present circumstances, I believe some leniency may be shown. You'll have to forgive our people. They're simply afraid. The woman makes to leave and then hesitates. Listen, when you fight the colonel, try to strike him under the left rib. A local beast got a hold of him once, tore a rib clean out. He took that rib back and used it to stab the beast dead. Now he has a weak spot. Thought it might help you. Oh!
I won't tolerate weakness.
I mean, I'm getting tips on beating a certain someone. Oh. Okay, so we got all that. I gotta go this way. Okay, where are you going now, girl? Oh, you were going this way. I see how we got where we were going. What is... Oh, goods? I'm not gonna touch their genetic... Oh, it's a genetic lock. What? Hello? It's a genetic lock, Tess. Truly, God Emperor has revealed a miracle. The heir of Siberian has opened the container. Weapon optimizer. Records. Sheet of paper covered in tiny handwriting. I, Siberian von Valencius, God Emperor's anointed, his instrument in Koronus Expanse and tamer of all things Xenos, commit these words to vellum, lest I be lost to the heart of the savage world. Commander of the 32nd Mara Regiment, I order the penal regiment to decamp and proceed to Dargonis, to surrender to the authority of the next scion on the dynasty. Together with my heir, they shall venture to the stars, serving as a blade and shield to my successor. My retinue is to assist the colonel and expend every conceivable effort in search of my heir. Further instructions shall be left in locations separately agreed upon with the parties concerned. He didn't want them to stay. Odd. So why did they? That's new. He watches you like a predator on the hunt. With a heavy sigh, he pulls himself together and crosses his powerful arms across his chest. Let's get one thing straight, Lady Air. You're here to subvert our ways. Take us to the stars. That's been foretold. That doesn't mean I have to like it. This last statement ends in a deep guttural growl. Isdrig leans forward as if ready to pounce, but makes no move to. If you dislike me so much, why did you bother helping? Because you're going out there to kill the drover. If you pull it off, its death will be a gift to the entire regiment. If you die, but my advice helps you wound it first, then at least we'll have a chance to finish it off later. I'm kind of curious. Threats and insubordination. Why shouldn't I kill you on the spot? Contrary to expectation, he gives a nod of understanding. Straight talk, Lady Air? However strong your retinue may be, my soldiers outnumber them. Every one of them will lay down their life if you decide to kill me. I'll definitely take a couple of yours with me before I find my atonement. You likely have more people up in the sky, but as I understand it, they're far beyond your reach. I like him. I like him! I opened his stasis container, his logs inside, and with them orders for your regiment. With all due respect to your most holy ancestor, his orders are of little use now. Keep them. After all, it's your legacy. We found a shuttle in this system. It contained recordings of a distress signal. The colonel nods thoughtfully, shrugging his shoulder. In the first call-up's second decade, our ancestor found a flying machine somewhere. They decided they needed to make their presence known. One soldier got in it, flew off to transmit a distress signal. No one ever heard from him again. His name, Ruben Korashkovich, is written on the memorial wall. Questions. Tell me about the regiment. Why not hand over command of the regiment since... No. So we'll come back to that. I just want to know more about the drove... Oh, the humming noise, the pain. Is that a result of its cry? He silently claps his hand twice, applauding your quick wit. What should we expect? It keeps its weak spot out of sight among the roots. It's almost impossible to get there, unless you make it angry enough that it comes out. So first you'll have to deal with the armored chutes. They're like different kinds of them, and we've given them different names based on how they act. Barricades, maces. Okay. Okay. I guess that'll be all. I was kind of hoping to learn more about him as a whole, but that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna go see our other new friend, which is located where? I don't know. Over where? Over where? You are there. She over there. Okay. Let's go meet our new friend. Other new friend, that is. Right straight across the platform again. Dear goodness gracious me. Captain Donwowski sets aside a freshly removed stretch of skin and salutes you. A stretch of skin? Like... okay, your ladyship, how can I be of service? What is it you wanted to discuss? Our oath of loyalty, your ladyship. When you return victorious from the Droiver's lair, Izdrig is going to challenge you. I wanted to warn you. Colonel Batoshki will fight bitterly, and you should prepare well. I once saw him drench himself in promethium and set himself on fire before fighting 3 of the Droivers' shoots unarmed. He's a fearsome enemy. Can anyone other than Batoshki swear the oath? You, perhaps? Domowski's remaining eye widens, while a thin, translucent fluid trickles from the other ruined socket. That is against the handbook, your ladyship. It states, one must never conspire against a commanding officer. Your words are a trial I will pass with honor by rejecting them. Why would he want to fight me? You said yourself that everything has already been decided. And why do we praise the God Emperor even when all seems lost? Why do we struggle to survive even where we should surely perish? Because we have no choice but to fight against the inevitable. Izdrig will battle for the regiment even against the Emperor's angels. As the handbook states, the only thing a guardsman should fear is the failure to do their duty. I really like this, though. We have no choice but to fight against the inevitable. Like, I do really like so far the mentality behind the people in the cage, because it's like, this is what you are. Like, you have to keep fighting. If not, then what's the point of anything? Like, why do they praise the God Emperor even when everything just seems hopeless? Because there's still always some tiny sliver of hope. You know what I mean? And sure, this doesn't seem like he should want to fight Tess, but I think also he's been in charge for so long. They've been here stranded as a society for so long that, like, you don't want to give this up to just anybody. You don't want to hand over your men, your legacy to just anybody. You want to make sure that Tess deserves it. Why shouldn't I simply execute him? You jest, I'm sure, but please. That's the funny thing. Tess is a rogue trader. When she says, why can't I just execute somebody, she's not jesting. I mean, maybe. But 9 times out of 10, girl means it. All of us here, it's against the world, your ladyship. For hundreds of years, we learned to watch each other's backs and survive. If you kill our commander, you'll become our enemy. There's horror in Domowski's eyes, but her voice is firm. The handbook states, a soldier does not raise their weapon to save their commander, is to be deemed complicit in their demise. So they're loyal as shit. I like these people. How do you suggest I prepare? Walk around the cage, listen to the people, work to understand us, and then you will know what to do in the trial match. I have faith in you, your ladyship. A half-mad smile, that of a true fanatic, touches Vedka's lips. I opened Siberian's stasis container. His logs were inside, and within them, orders for your regiment. As the God Emperor's my witness, I very much wish to read those logs, but let us leave them until the oath-taking. I suspect they'll serve you well during the swearing of oaths. When I approached the camp, I heard a song. Oh, you mean the Hymn of the Lost, Lord Captain. By it we live, and by it we die. If you want to learn anything about it, just ask. Oh my god, so they didn't just do a cutscene with the song, they actually... Oh no. That's so cool, like they just actually worked it into the story. Okay. That is the most owl cat fantastic thing ever. Its lyrics are not exactly cheerful. It reminds us that our survival is built upon the bones of the call-ups that came before, and that upon our own bones will our children grow. It speaks of our duty and of atonement. What is the tome that it refers to? Deep within the roots are Xenos ruins. We do not venture there as a rule. It's a cursed place, a place of death. Vedka's hands reflexively move towards her missing eye, and then she pulls it back. There's a whole list of names within it. Thus we honor our heroes. With each call-up, the song grows, line by line, name by name. It begins with Sergeant Zarkov, the first commander to rise from the ranks of the common penal conscripts. We named this world in his honor. The greatest honor is to be enshrined in the lines of the hymn after death. What can you What is the connection between your regiment and my dynasty? Your illustrious ancestor, Siberian von Valencius, saved us from the terrible fate of obscurity and took the first call up into his own service. The terrible fate of obscurity. That's such a good line. He gave us good uniforms and weapons, and then there were the von Valencius gifts. Stories passed down from our ancestors tell us of how the rogue trader removed these gifts from his own body and offered them to soldiers who had proven themselves better than all the rest. These boons made them even stronger. What did he remove? Augmetics, your ladyship. In our song, it is said your ancestor passed so many gifts that he could share them with the others. I don't know if it's true, but that the rogue trader supplied the entire regiment with prosthetics is certain. We continue his work as best we can. Vedka demonstratively clenches her metal hand, which is tipped with claws of bone. What do you know of your homeworld? Marov is a world that has nothing but metal and throngs of people. Every one of them lives, serves, and dies in the name of the God Emperor. Our stories say the brother generals have turned their backs on his light, and now they do whatever they please to regiments like ours. I think some of those stories are exaggerated to strike fear into recruits. If we can serve the God Emperor among the stars, why concern ourselves with some brother generals? That'll be all. I found a shuttle on one of the neighboring worlds. It contains a recorded message. She reverently makes a sign of the Aquila with her prosthetic. The sight leaves quite an impression. God Emperor after so many centuries, Rubin Kroshkovach, the 32nd Regiment's greatest hero, whom we remember as the departed. He boarded the shuttle the first call-up had discovered and went to the stars with a plea for help. He knew he would die out there in the void. He only hoped that our plea would be heard. Let me see if I understand this correctly. One segment of this planet's populace exhibits all the hallmarks of heresy and defiance, while the other is busy canonizing any soul that crosses their path. Saint's blood, this report is going to be problematic. A grim amusement colors his voice. Okay, no, that's it. Farewell, Captain. Okay. So we met these people in here, and she said to just like walk around. So we'll do a quick once.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Girl, you can't tolerate weakness, honey. You are so far beyond weakness. Right, we did that. We did this. Let's see if there are like more like little cutscenes to get dragged into. I assume nothing up here. What is... Oh, this is where we had been. Never mind. No, no, no. Back up. Go back. This way. What's up here? Oh? Anybody here? A structure collects moisture from the plants, which later drains into the tank. Oh. Good.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Tess, this is, quite the area you found yourself in, you know? No, so I think, have we seen everything? I think we have seen everything. Oh, wait. Can we talk to them? I talked to you. I did not talk to you. We haven't talked to these guys yet. Oh god, everybody kind of descended. I'm so sorry. It's just who we are. We're descending upon the people kind of people. Okay. Master Gunner here. The shooting range extends before you, supervised by a massive man whose leg has been replaced with a construction of wood, bone, and a few Moravians are firing at targets. Your ladyship, God Emperor preserve me, you've honored us with your visit. Junior Drill Sergeant Dankosh, I'm ready to assist your ladyship. The firing stops as the soldiers turn and look your way. You are getting accustomed to the frightened and inspired looks on these faces. Yeah, they're all fit and strong, which is not surprising. Young and old, male and female, every one of them looks like they've stepped straight out of Astra Militarum propaganda posters. Their movements and stances look peculiar. Then you realize there is simply no flat terrain anywhere on the planet. Even the massive roots are covered in lumpy bark. The Moravians' odd gait and slightly stooped postures are products of their constant effort to maintain their balance. Oh, what a cool observation, though. Holy, that's one of those things. I didn't even think of anything like that, given everything. That's actually really cool. Do you have a spare target? I'd like to learn shooting from you. What? You wish to... Of course, Lord Captain. You do us a great honor. You lot, clear out. Make room for her ladyship. Encouraged by your attention, Dankosh launches into a thorough explanation of shooting in Zarkovian conditions. It's striking how much aptitude for instruction this near-feral fighter from a Forsaken world displays. As you put 5 shots exactly on target in a row, the surrounding Moravians erupt in cheers of approval. We call it the snap strike, Lord Captain. It's not about shooting or stabbing where the target is, but where it's going to be. It's an honor to meet with you personally, Lord Captain. When you leave the shooting range, your departure is accompanied by respectful nods and shouts, even friendly pats on the shoulder. It seems you've won over some of the Moravians. That's what we're here for. Winning over the people. A large collection of crude quill is made from bark, wood, and bone lying before the sergeant. Each varies slightly from the next. However, some clutch an Astra Militarum sigil in their talons. Others have the number 32 carved into the wing, while another group have their head depicted as mechanical bird skulls. There's something you wanted, your ladyship? What does your platoon do? Well, officially, we're a supply platoon. That is, we gather the resources that the cage needs to survive. Each of us has to have some special skill, like knowing about poison, making ammo, recharging power packs for last weapons. We're supply troops, and that means we're the best of the best. How do you manufacture ammunition? There are explosive flowers around here. Their pollen works as a substitute for, how do you call it? Feisline. You've got to recite a litany of fury over it and then mix it with some other things. We carve bullets out of bark and bone, either from our own dead or some huge creatures. It's trickier with shell casings, but sometimes you bore a hole through the wood nice and clean. Depends on whether you recited the litany of fervent labor correctly or not. If you get it wrong, then the bullet tends to misfire or even explode in the barrel. For the casing, you could use something that burns easily but holds its shape. I think I saw some kind of coarse paper. That's a great idea, your ladyship. The casing will burn on its own as long as you clean the barrel once in a while. When we have time, we'll do some tests. Maybe the Captain Quartermaster was right. We should find new ways to serve the God Emperor instead of just clinging to the old ones. I am registering sacrilegious interference in the rites of servicing the gifts of the Omnissiah by laity. I insist upon the cautionary servitorization of those responsible for the arsenal upkeep. Pascal, honey, it's gonna. I promise you, it'll be okay. Why? No. Let me see. You enjoy making these? Yes, your ladyship. I carve things for myself and for the fellows, and sometimes I take commissions. Toys for volunteers, medals for awards, pieces to put it on gun stock. Sometimes I help with prosthetics. I also do it for the pleasure of things. Of the thing. Tell me about your settlement. Of course, you'll be our commander soon enough. It's only right that you should know. Anything... Can you tell me anything about Merop? only from the stories of the old call-ups. People there are nothing but property, and minor mistakes are grounds for imprisonment. Our regiment was once formed from such unfortunate souls. In short, it's a cursed place abandoned by the God Emperor. They're your senior officers? They're commanders, not officers. There's a difference. My uncle, the colonel, has been in charge of the regiment for over 10 seasons. You won't find anyone on Zarkov who's more decent or tougher than him. I once saw him covering a retreat for the wounded. 3 suckers from a mace latched onto him, but he didn't even blink until he got the wounded soldier to the cage. They say the suckers just shriveled up and died later. Captain Quartermaster Dunwowski is the colonel's right hand. She's in charge of supplies, which makes her my immediate commander. She's a good sort, just a little bit, well, out there. Yanner makes a vague gesture near his head. She believes that now you've arrived, our lives will change overnight. Everything will get sorted and we'll head for the stars with you. We'll get our atonement. We'll even start eating off real plates. It used to sound like the Commissar Claptrap, but now, I don't know. I'd rather stick to my uncle's ways. You disagree? I'm with Colonel Batoshki on this, your ladyship. There's nothing for us out there in the stars. We were born here. We must die here. The song says our regiment used to serve as cover for the cleaner regiments and rot in the mud for them too. Here on Zarkov, at least, I know who and what I'm fighting for. Your droid commander is, and you're a supporter of, okay. Atonement for the one is complicated thing. I do what needs to be done. I have no complaints about Vedka. Before your arrival, all this was just an excuse to babble. Besides, Isdrig's my uncle. He raised me after my parents died. Turning on him would be as bad as what the brother generals did. Huh. Interesting. And then lastly, I want to talk to the, I know I call it Churgeon, but I actually think it's Chirurgeon. I think I had heard recently in one of the trailers, and I'm trying to remember that. Do you want to talk? No? Okay. Oh, wait, here we go. I don't know why that wouldn't go. Makeshift hospital is a hive of activity. Here and there, the wounded moan through gritted teeth. A man wearing chirurgeon's armbands and a lieutenant's insignia stands at one bed examining a patient, while a young assistant with the rank of sergeant rushes about. There's nothing we can do here now. I'm sorry, Jovka, but your chances are slim. Jovka taught half the regiment how to shoot. He's got God Emperor given talent as an instructor. Sergeant, this is the part of our duty. If we make a futile attempt to save one doomed man, we will lose him and a dozen other soldiers we could have helped. Toughen up. Luca, I understand. Atonement for the one. Go and save some others. I'll just manage on my own. I don't want to be a burden. What happened? Drill Sergeant Jovka was struck by one of the droiver maces. We sutured the wound from the spike, but he seems to have internal injuries. Given more time, we might find a way to help him. Did I do it? You step back and wipe sweat from your brow, the back of your bloodied hand. The patient's chest rises and falls steadily. Though his life is not yet saved, he has at least some chance of surviving long enough to be operated on fully. Thank you. Thank you. Jovka, he's like a father to a lot of us, you know? We owe him, and you. My gran would tell me stories about the first call-up. It's believed that your ancestor used to say that even the doomed are worth saving, for their debt of gratitude leads to grand deeds. It's not our way to waste our efforts on lost causes, but now, thank you once again. The regiment will not forget what you've done. Okay, so I think we've made everybody happy. So now, let's go to the Drover's Lair. I'm so excited to see what kind of ridiculous bullshit Tess is gonna get us into. Trust me, I do mean Tess. I don't think that it's these poor people's fault. I think we just fully and completely blame a lot of whatever's about to happen. I feel like blaming it on Tess is wrong, but at the same time, who else are you gonna blame it on? Okay, we're down here. Oh wait, no, we're descending. Goodbye! The baby and Nuncius are just staying up there. Ooh. Oh, that looks cool. Owl cat. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Thank you, Cabela. Thank you, Heinrich. doing? Your ladyship. You turn around to see the captain quartermaster catching up to you. Donowiewski comes to a halt in front of you and stands at attention salutes. Captain quartermaster reporting for duty. I'm here to serve as reinforcement. What's the plan about? What brings you here? According to the handbook, my primary duty as guardsman is to aid the God Emperor's faithful servant in the struggle against the enemies of humanity and to preserve the life of the superior even at the cost of my own. And you are to be our commander. Because of my marksmanship, after all. Return to your regiment. Your ladyship, I cannot. It would be a transgression against the God Emperor if I did not protect you in battle. I know you believe in me, Captain, but who will aid your regiment if I perish? Who besides you can grant them hope for atonement? It would be an irreparable... Let's try the iconoclast. You are right, your ladyship. May the God Emperor protect you. Okay. So... What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Are we thinking it's gonna suck a bag of you-know-whatsies? I want in there alright, that's that. They're goods. More goods. Maces. These are called maces, everyone. Okay. Flowers. Alright. Let's go, boys. Let's do it.
I'll wipe you from the